Revolution born in the DeFi space. EMP Fusion, leading the race. From EMP to energy, the cycles turn. Passive income streams, it's what we earn. Sacrifice and stake, let your journey begin. In the heart of fusion, everyone wins. Daily rewards, no limit in sight. Building wealth in the digital night. Fusion ignites, the future's in view. Decentralized growth for me and you. Infinite loops, rewards on demand. Together we thrive, in fusion we stand. EMP empowers, energy thrives. In this ecosystem, our wealth arrives. No more middlemen, no centralized ties. Just smart contracts and community ties. The marketplace beckons, a gamified land. With strategy sharp, we take our stand. One single stake, rewards abound. In Fusion's loop, prosperity is found. Fusion ignites, the future's in view. Decentralized growth for me and you. Infinite loops, rewards on demand. Together we thrive, in Fusion we stand. Liquidity pools, where dreams are made. With every transaction, the system's paid. Sustainable growth, a vision so clear. Fusion's ecosystem, year after year. Compounding wealth, it's the Fusion way. Earning rewards every single day. From EMP to energy, the cycle flows. A digital empire, watch how it grows. Fusion ignites, the future's in view. A decentralized world for me and you. Infinite roots, rewards on demand. Together we thrive, in Fusion we stand. The journey's simple, the rewards are vast. In Fusion's loop, wealth grows fast. Sacrifice your EMP, let energy lead. In this ecosystem, you plant the seed. Sustainability, drives the Fusion plan. A financial revolution for every man. With innovation at its very core. Fusion unlocks the future to explore. So join the movement, take your place in the Fusion ecosystem. We embrace a decentralized vision, bold and true. With EMP Fusion, the future's for you. Fusion ignites, the future's in view. A decentralized world for me and you. Infinite loops, rewards on demand. Together we thrive, in Fusion we stand. Revolution.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to EMP Money. This is our live stream. We come to you every Thursday at 6:45 p.m. Eastern. And as always, I'm joined by my co-host with the most and fellow team member, LA. LA, how are you?
Hey guys, welcome everyone. Glad to have you here.
Yeah, 100%. Another really productive week in the EMP mothership ecosystem franchise, all of the above. And thanks to all of you for being here. So make sure that you definitely like, comment, and subscribe. That really helps us get the word out, and share this with your fellow crypto enthusiasts on what we're doing. So things are looking really, really good. I'm gonna give some updates. We're gonna try to keep it somewhat short and sweet today. We've been over an hour for about 3 months straight now on our AMAs, just because we have so much going on. But a lot of stuff happening in the background. We're always cooking, we may never talk about things publicly until they're ready. We don't really like to tease things and give dates and deadlines, but we are always cooking and building, this mothership and franchise out. So again, maybe some teasers on that coming up. But the overall market update I want to just give really quick before we jump right in. again, I think we're seeing a little bit of a pump now. Obviously, things are still just so news driven, and there is a crypto summit tomorrow about 1:30 p.m. Eastern. I'm sorry for the background noise here. My phone's ringing. So 1:30 Eastern tomorrow. That President Trump may give some insight on a strategic Bitcoin reserve or a crypto asset reserve. And I think people are getting a little bit confused on both of those. I don't think they're going to be one in the same. Where the crypto asset reserve will be Ethereum and altcoins. I know giving priority to American specific tokens, Render, Sui, ADA, XRP, or what I like to call the boomer coins. But that being said, I think maybe we see a separate announcement about Bitcoin specifically tomorrow. So again, all of it's news driven. It may be a sell the news event where the market actually dumps tomorrow. So be prepared for that. But I think that we're so far down right now that even if we do dump, max pain would be probably somewhere around 75K Bitcoin. So we're really not that far away from that. So again, fundamentals are the same. Use it as a potential buying opportunity, and this could be the one final shakeout. I know we keep saying that, but usually it goes like this, where everybody's bearish. We see the bottom again and again and again, and then we rocket up from there. So historically speaking, March has been a very good month for Bitcoin and overall crypto markets. So all right, I think that kind of covers the overall market. ETH is still just getting slammed, but again, anytime buying ETH under 3,500 is a bargain in my eyes. So and that's really helped us with PEG as well. So that's probably a good segue. LA, we're killing it in terms of outperforming ETH, and PEG is still rising, right? It's really a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it's been amazing to see PEG rising so steadily, and there's a lot of great statistics on Fusion Watch that we'll go through in a little while.
Yeah, awesome. So, and again, if any of you are joining and have questions, please feel free to type that in the chat as we go. We'll get to those at the end. But again, a little bit of update on the migration. I'll take full responsibility on this. We've just been so slammed. I sent out a big chunk yesterday of the EMP, and we're going to get through the last three or one quarter hopefully by tonight. So if you haven't gotten it yet, again, I do apologize. Just bear with us. But over half of you should have received by now. It's just a really big list. LA and I and Grover all go through and check. Grover is unfortunately getting some bad weather as well, and I've just been really busy. But it's no excuse. We again, I take full responsibility and I apologize. But EMP will be coming to all of you. So that have submitted. And if there is an issue after the next few days, please feel free to open a ticket if you think you didn't get the right amount or there is a problem. We'll go back through. But we've done all the on-chain analytics. That's why it is taking so long. Is that we don't want any kind of shenanigans. That we're making sure everything is the way it should be. So yeah, anything you want to add to that, Ellie?
No, not particularly. A good chunk of you have already received yours, and we're working our way through it. We apologize, it's a little bit late. I will remind you guys, this is only for liquid EMP and EMP ETH. So this is EMP that was purchased prior to February 13th. And if you have liquid EMP or EMP ETH still left over, make sure that you have filled out the form. If you filled it out once, there's no need to fill it out again. But if you haven't gotten around to it, this is your 1 week warning. We had a month and a half total between the couple weeks of the smart contract migration and this month of the manual one. So you have 1 week left to submit if you haven't already. Just a reminder, eShare and eShare BNB LP does not need to be migrated. If you're already in Fusion and you don't have any liquid EMP or EMP ETH LP, there's nothing you need to do. And all legacy contracts are completely separate. So that includes detonator, reactor, generator nodes, sentinels, and defenders. We're going to address that next and give you an update, but that's completely separate. So if you are one of the very few people left who still have liquid EMP or EMP ETH LP, make sure to fill out the migration form. It's pinned in all of our groups if you click back a few pins.
Yeah, perfect. All right, and I will pull up my screen too here. Just I want to go over something really quick. Bear with me.
While he does that, I'll just mention there has been an uptick of spammers and scammers lately. And so I just want to remind you, AJ and I will never randomly DM you just to see how you're doing in the community or anything like that. It's not that we don't want to check in on you. It's just we don't want you to be at any risk of being scammed. So it's better that we don't DM you. So we're never going to send you a DM on Discord or Telegram. And please only click on links that are pinned in our announcements. And that's the safest way to know that you're never connecting to a weird random site that someone sent you in a DM.
Perfect. Yeah, 100% LA. And we'll go over that even a little bit more at the end too. I know we did a big deep dive on how to be safe and not fall victim to those scams on last week's AMA. So give that a listen for sure. But I just wanted to say one thing about this, and we can segue into some other things. But this is the new EMP chart. Again, that's why we did the migration, is so that you're getting this new EMP. It was a way for us to recover a lot of the liquidity that was not being utilized, bolster the treasury, and get rid of any potential scammers that maybe had tried to steal EMP and just waiting for things to recover. So this has been a major boost in everything that we're doing. And I just wanted to show this chart really quick. This is the ETH chart. So in regards to EMP. So usually all of you, I think, look at the USD chart and just look at the difference here when I switch. All right, so that is definitely a much different picture than the chart I showed previously. And the reason that is that this is correlated with ETH. So literally since we launched EMP, ETH has only gone down in price, which again, unfortunately drags EMP down with it. So it's just really important that we are looking at the right metrics. And this is much more representative of ETH versus PEG. And as you can see, other than that initial dump, we had the really big dump a few weeks ago. We've been gaining PEG, and we're almost above all-time high in terms of ETH to EMP ratio. So that's really promising. All of you that are continuing to buy fresh EMP and sacrifice it, this is what happens, and this is why the economics are so powerful, because little by little we stair step all the way back to peg, and once that happens, then yield and everything else can really start being funneled into Fusion APRs. So one thing at a time. And also a lot of you, well, some of you actually, probably one or two, sent the new EMP in to the treasury. So again, don't send the new EMP. We have all the contract addresses. If you do that, then we just send it right back. But make sure that you're using, that you're not buying old EMP and trying to submit that. That won't work. I mean, we made an announcement, made it clear, no shenanigans. And we have a snapshot of all the LPs, so they get fair market value in EMP from that as well. So, and then one last thing before we go into some other updates. All right, so this is dexSwap. So this is where you're going to buy EMP and eShare and everything else. This is still technically beta, although everything's working great. And so you go to dexSwap. This will be our new multi-chain DEX. currently live on BSC. Arbitrum will be next, and then Pulse will be shortly after. But you just go to trade, and we are in the process of enabling routing. But for right now, you just want to use ETH. So ETH to EMP is the best route. And that's how you buy it, just like that. So, and same for any other assets, eShare, GG, all the liquidity is here. And some of you may have noticed we are experimenting with removing and adding liquidity strategically to also help, peg recovery. So things are really starting to move and shake. All of it is in the hopes of accelerating this process, and little by little we'll get there. So really exciting times, and we're seeing everything that we said would happen is playing out, and it's all happening according to plan. So really good stuff. But all right, LA, I think what is next on the notes, or was there anything you wanted me to cover on that as well?
Yeah, no, that was great. Next, we were going to give an update on the legacy contract migration and crediting.
Yeah, so again, that will be the next step. We're still working on that. Hopefully, here, let me just pull up Fusion Watch so we can look at something while I speak. But yeah, we're hoping to have it ready this week, but it probably will be at least one more week, and we'll give an update in all of our socials. Again, all the data is there. The snapshot's been taken. Everything is ready. We just need to have a formal process for claiming, and then having it credit into Fusion. So again, bear with us, but that's the last part of the migration that needs to happen. So all the EMP will be sent out from the form. The legacy migration will move over, and that process should be instant too. So once you confirm that your wallet owns that position, you should see it show up in Fusion simultaneously. So again, it's not like it's going to be another month after we do this that it shows up. So that is the goal, at least. Obviously, everything is subject to change, but we're looking really good. And again, if you do have a position in Fusion and you don't want to be in Fusion, it is not a sunk cost. You will have to buy a cash out battery. They're $15. So if you have a less than $15 position, I'm sorry, you're out of luck. But anything over that would make sense just to buy that and get out with what you can. And I know that the Treasury and a lot of our OGs are going to be looking for some great deals on people just trying to get out of Fusion that don't want to be here anymore. It's opportunity for the rest of us for sure. So, all right, any other details on the legacy migration, LA?
No, and good question, Florida Joe. That's what we're up to next. So I wanted to give an update on the USDT battery. So the way the USDT submissions are going is working a little bit differently. So this is a reminder that if you lost your USDT battery while we were migrating, you have to fill out this form. I'll put the link into the comments. As opposed to sending the form to the devs every few days and having them work on a few at a time, we want them to get the majority of people done all at once. So we've been waiting until tonight when we remind everyone else again to submit so that we can get it to the devs and have them do everyone who's already submitted all at once. So we don't have an exact timing on when that's going to be completed, but if you lost your USDT battery and or had any rewards accumulating in it, you will receive credit for all of that. So the purpose of the form is just so that we don't have to index every single user inside Fusion, but only the people that filled out the form. So you guys have about one more week to fill out the form. Make sure to get it done as soon as possible, preferably today, because then when we submit to the devs tomorrow, they're getting that entire first big chunk done.
Yep, perfectly said, LA. Again, we're going through these forms just because we're trying to do 10 things at once, and to get the devs to do a smart contract that then we have to go through. It's unnecessary dev time, and honestly, it takes a lot longer in the whole process. So I get it. It's frustrating. We have 10 different forms, but this is just a very temporary solution and issue. And yeah, everybody should have filled that out. We're waiting one more time to remind everybody tonight, like I said. So make sure you fill out that. And moving forward, if you're new to Fusion, you're just going by the USDT battery as usual, and should have it. So, and yeah, all the rewards should also be indexed. If for whatever reason you get the battery and not the rewards, then feel free to reach out when that actually happens. But everything should be super smooth once we just submit this spreadsheet to the devs. So,
Yeah.
all right.
And
Great.
aside from the link that I just posted into the comments here, it's also pinned in all of our groups. You just have to probably click back about 3 pins. So make sure to either get it directly from my comment here that I just put or from a pinned announcement.
Perfect. Yeah. And again, this is another reason with all the scammers. I mean, we'll never ask you to connect to a support site. If you see, a USDT battery support site that you have to connect your wallet, that is 100% a scam. It has to be done through this form, and never ever give any information. The only thing we need on the form is literally just your public wallet address. That's it. So, yeah. All right. Awesome. All right, you want to talk about Fusion Watch a little bit now, LA?
Mhm.
All
Yeah,
right,
for sure.
awesome. Yeah, so I'll start. I know, and again, it's hard for me to not have the notes and talk at the same time. But one thing I want to really highlight is the peg pulse. So as you can see here, we've had like what is this, 11 days or more of peg. Maybe one day we barely missed it, but 11 days of positive peg increase, which is just incredible to see. That means more buying EMP than selling, and closer and closer to peg as we go. And drum roll, please. But last week we finally hit our community goal, right, LA? So that was massive. Yeah.
Yes, we had a huge week last week, 344K sacked. So, I mean, that's absolutely incredible. And even from when I wrote the notes this morning, the peg bonus is lower than it was then. And so you can see that we are consistently moving up. It was at 4.41x when I wrote the notes this morning, and now it's at 4.38x. And if you look at the the peg trend, the relative multiplier, you can see that every single day you have less and less of an opportunity to get the peg, like a higher peg bonus. And so while we still have this incredible 4.38x, and while ETH is still quite low, it is just the most insane time because every single day that peg bonus is going down, and every dollar of EMP right now has this ability to exponentially become more valuable in regards to our microgrid values down the line. And now it's not even that far off. One thing I wanted to share with you guys, which absolutely blew my mind, and AJ, feel free to redo the math because we all know how I am with math. I did this morning, but we have less than 600,000 EMP left before we hit peg. Now that's EMP purchased and then sacrificed into Fusion. But when I did the math this morning, that's literally only $75,888 of EMP. Could be different now if the price of EMP has gone up or down a bit since this morning, but that blew my mind how low of a number that is. $75,000?
Yeah, 100%. Like
Crazy.
again, I'm not good at doing math on stream too, but in my head that sounds about right. I mean, again, it's been because EMP has been tied to ETH, and ETH being down by almost 50% over the last 3 months. That's why we're getting such cheap EMP, and that's bullish because the more that we can buy as a treasury or all of you can buy and sacrifice, you're getting a much bigger bang for your buck in terms of dollar value of EMP itself. So yeah, it's incredibly bullish. Again, just a caveat that LA mentioned, I just want to highlight is this number does revolve around fresh buying of EMP. So it's really healthy for all of you that have some EMP that maybe you have liquid to sacrifice. But just remember that won't count against the piggy dance challenge, just because we need that buying pressure to get to peg. But we did a really great overview on the last AMA. If you want to go back and look on that for all the details, but I'll give a quick overview. You're really, I think people are holding on to liquid EMP, hoping that they can, take some profits when we are at peg, and we're gonna get that no matter what. We're prepared for that. But if you are part of the ecosystem and you still want to realize all those gains, sacrificing still gives you that full bonus. And when we are at peg, you can cash out and still realize all the upside potential. So again, I just want to make that perfectly clear. We went through all the math and all the numbers on the last AMA, but it is part of the process in getting as much EMP off the market as we can. And the more EMP that is sacrificed, again, whether it's buying fresh or just liquid EMP from your holdings going into Fusion, that is where supply shock really, really takes hold. And every day, there's less and less EMP on the market, which is so powerful for the long term of Fusion and, giving all of you that are here now and those that are in the future the best opportunity we can. And yeah, like Ella said, I mean, it's going to be pretty soon where we're below 4 and that number just continues to go down and down and down for the peg bonus. And then we really start ramping up, the returns inside of Fusion as we recover peg. And that will be, I mean, once we get to about a 1x or 2x rather, 100%, that's when, we've talked about it many times, the AMA train will start again and people will realize, oh my God, EMP actually did what they said they were going to do and have recovered peg or at least gotten close. And that will be the final push over the finish line and get people excited about EMP again. I'm never not excited about EMP, but a lot of the others that may have forgotten about it will come rushing back in. So we have a full
Yes.
plan for that as well, right, Ellie? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. And I want to point out that last week, when we worked insanely well together and far surpassed our PEG community challenge, we massively accelerated the timeline, the 1 week timeline of getting back to PEG. Now, this week, we have the ability to do that again. And if we continue this momentum, it will blow your mind how quickly we can get back to peg. I mean, $75,000 worth of EMP buying pressure is so little. I remember a time when it was literally like $2 million. And
Yeah.
we were, sitting there talking like, holy cow, that goal feels so far away. And then it was, 2 million EMP, which still felt like a pretty big goal. And now it's like $75,000 or 596,000 EMP. Like, it's pretty damn insane how close it is. If basically we're so close to the point of all of the EMP being inside of Fusion. And when that happens, we as a community will be in such a powerful position as the users inside Fusion. And so the quicker we can get to that point, the better. And then we can continue on with stage 2 and 3 of our EMP steps and plans that we have to make this literally the greatest ecosystem that exists in DeFi.
I love it. Absolutely, LA. It gets me bullish every time. And yeah, I mean, again, yes, this number is, variable too. Just know that, the minute this happens, it doesn't mean that we're at peg and stay at peg. There definitely will be some volatility. But to LA's point, we are so, so, so close. And that's another reason why we did the migration. We were able to reduce a lot of liquidity. We said this many times over the last 3 years. Liquidity can be a double-edged sword. If you have a lot of liquidity, it's great. It usually stabilizes the price and allows, uh, large users to get in and out without price impact. But there comes a point that you have too much liquidity, and that's what we were fighting against, over the last year is with all this liquidity, even with amazing buying pressure on EMP, we just were not able to recover PEG fast enough. So the migration helped reduce some liquidity. We still have plenty of liquidity for people to get in and out, but it's in a way that is much more sustainable and really again fosters us regaining PEG. And then when we're at PEG, we can definitely add much more liquidity if we need to. But at that point, there is no more EMP left. So again, this is all part of the plan. It's very different than what you may have experienced in other protocols, but like LA said, that is why we did it this way. We have a very unique and revolutionary approach to our economics once we transitioned away from all the inflation, and it's all playing out in front of our eyes. And so, again, once everything is in fusion, then we all can just funnel those returns directly into microgrids, and now we're all earning, and the original vision of EMP is still fulfilled in a much healthier way than previously. So things are looking incredibly good right now. Just again, as a community, we just have to keep the momentum and rally on through until we get to the glorious Peggy dance that we all have missed so much. So, all right, any other? Yeah, go ahead, Ellie. Anything else you want me to cover again? It's hard. I can't see what we have written. So, yeah.
Yeah, the last thing is Yield Consortium.
Yeah, totally. So let me go ahead and just pull up. Let me come back here. And I'll look at some questions. If any of you have questions we didn't cover, please feel free. We'll go over that after this. Let me go back here. Hang on. All right, here we are. So yeah, last but not least, we mentioned last week Consortium. This is a private deal for some of our most loyal supporters and those that want to maybe take advantage of it. It's a way that we've been earning on our treasury for the last 3 years, and it's been absolutely killing it. It's roughly about 10% a month from LP providing, utilizing our own DEX vaults. Um, and we paid out this past month, even with a short month, we paid out 6 figures. So it's really been killing it. And unfortunately, the window to deposit is closed until the first of every month. But definitely reach out to me on Twitter or on Telegram if you want to know more about it. And it also helps, again, support the EMP ecosystem as well as DexFi because we're putting much more volume in the vaults as well. So it's a win-win for everybody. Just again, get in touch and get ready for April 1st. Not April Fools. So yeah. All right. Awesome. Yeah. All
April
right.
gains.
Yeah, exactly. 100% LA. All right, awesome. That was really, it was short and sweet today. We covered a lot. But was there any questions that we had from last week or anybody in the chat, LA?
Yeah, we have one in Discord. It says, when will the PEG exchange battery start paying out again?
Yeah, so again, that was also part of the migration. It was paying out. The funds were there, but we utilized it with Chainlink upkeep contracts, and one of the distributor contracts wasn't funded with Chainlink, so we have to continually maintain that. And yeah, I mean, the short answer is soon. So yeah, as soon as we can fund it, the distributor contract again, and then we'll inject more ETH into it. It's just been, we're trying to balance 10 things at once right now, and then once the dust settles with all the migration, we can get back to a regular schedule of funding that battery for sure.
Awesome. Short and sweet tonight. That looks like all the questions we have. We've already given an update to answer the other question I had. So that's it.
All right, amazing. Well, I'll give it one more minute here if anybody has questions in the live chat. Thank you all for being here. Again, the journey continues, and I think that the overall markets will really start waking up again. I absolutely do not think that the bull run is over. We never reached euphoria. We never had Bitcoin dominance come down. There's just so many factors that tells me this is not it. So again, not financial advice, but I still think we see all-time highs on everything, ETH, Bitcoin, alts over the next year for sure. So all right, again, much love to all of you. LA, any final words as we wrap it up?
Hold on. Mega Buddy, if you have an actual question, can you ask it? Because I just see question marks, but not a question with them. So I'm not sure if you have one, but you need to type out a full question if you want us to answer it.
All right, we'll wait for them to do that. But yeah, I think that's it, right, LA? What any other news this week? Yeah.
No, we're just working behind the scenes on everything. It has been a busy time behind the scenes, so apologies.
Yeah,
If
on the delay for sure.
yeah. Yeah, we spent a half an hour going over why it's a great time to buy. So if you didn't catch that part, maybe just watch the replay.
Cool. All right, there you go.
Awesome.
Questions answered.
Thank you guys for being here. We really appreciate each and every one of you. We're excited about not only the present, but the near future as well. Make sure that you're subscribed and following both our YouTube and Twitter accounts. And please hit the share button or the retweet button if you're watching this stream. We love all you guys, and we'll see you next week. AJ's going to have a special guest on next week. I won't be here for 1 week, but AJ, we'll see you next week.
Yes, no doubt. We'll miss you, LA. But yeah, we'll have a very special guest back with us. So look forward to that. And yeah, again, appreciate all of you. And don't forget to join our stream for Honorverse Madness at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, our game. We're making major headway with that as well. And if you're in the EMP ecosystem, you need to care about GG because that will help pump all of our bags once it's live. So join us over there, and we'll have some more alpha there. And that's it. All right. Good night. Good day. We will see you all next week. Have a wonderful weekend, and go EMP. All right, bye, everyone.